Biological molecules in 2 minutes, recapping everything that you need to get you ready for A-level biology. So first up is what are we made of? So basically all living things are made up of the same core elements and organic molecules. We use carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, and sulfur. Next is monomers and polymers. So mono means one and poly means many. Monomers are individual building blocks, so things like glucose, amino acids, and nucleotides. And when lots of these join together, they form polymers like starch, proteins, and DNA. Joining up happens by condensation reactions, which is where water is removed, and they're broken down by hydrolysis, which is where water is added. Carbohydrates are molecules made of sugar units. So the single units like glucose we call monosaccharides, pairs like sucrose we call disaccharides, and the long chains like starch we call polysaccharides. These are joined together by glycosidic bonds. Next up is proteins. So these are large molecules built from amino acids joined by peptide bonds. They're folded into different shapes, and this is what lets them do different things. So enzymes, for example, speed up reactions. Structural proteins add strength, and then others act as things like hormones, antibodies, transporters. Now for enzymes, remember that they work as natural catalysts, meaning that they can speed up reactions, and they have a specific active site, which is where the reaction takes place. The rate of reaction is affected by factors like temperature and pH, and if these conditions get too extreme, then the active site will denature. Lipids, things like fats and oils, are high in energy and insoluble in water. These are used for long-term energy storage, insulation, protection, and along with other molecules for forming cell membranes. They're also broken down to release energy in respiration. Water is essential for all living things. It dissolves many substances so that reactions can happen. It carries materials in the blood and plant vessels. It helps to keep the temperature stable, and it also takes part in many key reactions. Next is DNA. This is the cell's information store. So it has a long double helix structure which is made of repeating units which we call nucleotides. The order of its bases form a code, and short sections called genes are able to give instructions. Remember, the bases always pair the same way, which is A with T and G with C. ATP is the cell's energy currency, and when it's broken down to ADP and phosphate, a small amount of energy is released. Cells remake ATP rapidly during respiration, so it's constantly being recycled. And lastly, we have inorganic ions. So these are charged particles with different roles in the body. So iron is in hemoglobin and binds with oxygen. Calcium ions are found in bones, teeth, and they're useful for cell signaling. Sodium potassium ions are key for nerve impulses and absorption in the small intestine. Phosphate ions forms part of the DNA, RNA, and ATP, and hydrogen ions influence pH and enzyme activity. So that was our rapid refresher on biological molecules. Please follow along for more A-level biology hints and tips.